All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord, willing this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruchak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Yakim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. All right, so it's just getting ready to head out to camp. You know what I'm saying? And I was sent this. Excuse me. I was sent this video by a beloved Akwath. You know what I'm saying? I guess she wanted to torment me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is pretty unbearable to listen to. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's clearly what we in this faith, you know what I'm saying, we being the, you know, the defenders of the truth, defenders of this gospel, we're not, you know, I should say we're used to it, you know what I'm saying? We're used to this. You know, this is not uncommon to us. So we're just gonna jump into this, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, this will be quick. Lord willing, this will be quick. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, man, I had to address this. Had to address it. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in those times now where you can't be winging this thing, man. All right? You just can't be doing it. All right? So nevertheless, let's get started with this. All right? Bear with me.
The mark of the beast is the flesh. 666, the mark of the beast. Billions of people already have the mark of the beast. They've already taken the mark of the beast because it's already here. It always has been here. I'm going to talk about this now because the ending is here. It's not near. The ending is here. It's happening, right? The end of the world as we know it. Jesus is on the way back. But anyways, listen. If you're like me, when I first read the book of Revelation and I heard about the mark of the beast, I low-key was panicking because I couldn't understand what Jesus meant by the mark of the beast. All I understood was that we're not supposed to take it because it will condemn us to hell. And for a long time, I kept asking and waiting to understand what is the mark of the beast, because I didn't want to, when that time came, I didn't want to accidentally take the mark of the beast, which sounds crazy, but right? I wanted to know, Lord, what is the mark of the beast? Now you'd be surprised to find out that I finally got the understanding, but the mark of the beast is not a tattoo or a marking, or it's not a chip. Now, I personally believe that at some point a chip will be involved, but the chip is not the mark of the beast.
All right. That's all I'm going to get. That's all I'm going to get. All right. I may have to listen. I may have to let you suffer a little bit more of this video, but for now, you know, that's pretty much all I need. You know what I'm saying? You know, he even mentioned the chip. Okay. What he starts off with saying is the mark of the beast is the flesh. All right. And those of you in this truth, you know what I'm saying, you've been in this truth long enough. You've you know, you've heard the men of the Lord breaking this down over and over, you know, addressing this false doctrine over and over. So you already know what it is. All right, you know what we're gonna get into, man. All right. So, the mark of the beast is not the act of sin in this broad spectrum that's being stated. Okay. And this is why you need to listen to the prophets, man. If you don't listen to the true men of the Lord, then you're just going to be winging it. Okay? You're going to be winging it, and you're going to be thinking, you're going to literally be thinking that the Lord was talking to you, man. And the Lord's name is not Christ or Jesus. That's number one. The name of the Lord is not Jesus. It's not Christ. All right. The name of the Lord is Yahweh Shai. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. When you go to the Father, you pray to the Father in His Son's name, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bahashem, meaning in the name Yahweh Shai. You see what I'm saying? So that right there tells you that He doesn't have the truth, man, because it starts with the names. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. It reads, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them." You see what I'm saying? The only thing you're hearing from this man is conjecture. That's all you're hearing. You're just hearing conjecture. You're hearing a personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? All right. Not a single scripture is being brought out, man. Okay. It's merely his opinion, and this is an opinion that's based off of a doctrine. You see what I'm saying? It's based off a doctrine, which I speculate that he has received this doctrine from the group known as IUIC, okay, headed by Bishop Nathaniel, or Bishop Nate, as we call him. You know what I'm saying? So I lay this this young man's ignorance at the heels of Bishop Nathaniel. I lay this madness, this doctrine at the heels of Bishop Nathaniel and the rest of the men that are under him. You see what I'm saying? This is you. All right. You have not taught the correct doctrine. You see what I'm saying? You call on Christ. You teach the congregation to call Christ. Call on Jesus. You see what I'm saying? So all of what this man is saying in this video, all right, it is all indicative of what is being pushed by the IUIC. You see what I'm saying? So let's get this started in the book, chapter, and verse in question. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 13. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." You see what I'm saying? And the part of this prophecy where these people never seem to want to go to is the 17th verse. Let's read that. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 17. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." Okay, this verse 17, it removes all the ambiguousness and narrows down this prophecy to pinpoint accuracy. You see what I'm saying? So when you go into the book of, or it's like when you go into the word mark, all right, the word mark in the Greek is charagma. That's the word being used there. It's charagma. All right, real quick. Let's go to the wording here, Salakia. All right. Charagma. It says from the same as G5 5042. It says a scratch or an etching. Okay, a scratch or an etching. And what did he say? What did he say right here? Let's take it back.
Oh, and for a long time, I kept asking and waiting to understand what is the mark of the beast, because I didn't want to, when that time came, I didn't want to accidentally take the mark of the beast, which sounds crazy, but right? I wanted to know, Lord, what is the mark of the beast? Now you'd be surprised to find out that I finally got the understanding, but the mark of the beast is not a tattoo or a marking, or it's not a chip.
Okay, so he says it's not a tattoo. It's not a marking. It's not a chip. The word used here for mark is charagma. It says a scratch, or an etching, a stamp, a stamp. You see what I'm saying? What he just said? He said a tattoo. A tattoo is a stamp. All right. How's a stamp being how's the stamp being marked upon the flesh? You see what I'm saying? But it says a scratch or an etching, a stamp, or a sculptured figure. Okay, it says a stamp, an imprinted mark, okay, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand, all right, as the badge of the followers of the anti-Mashiach. You know what I'm saying? So, and as the scriptures say, there are many antichrists. You see what I'm saying? So, this is a thing that is carved in, a thing that is graven in etching. Okay, and it says it's going to be in either the right hand or the forehead. You see what I'm saying? The right hand or the forehead, and etching into the skin. So let's go into the understanding. The root word for charagma is karax. Karax, meaning to sharpen to a point. Okay? Through the idea of scratching a stake or a palisade. You see what I'm saying? A pale or a stake or a palisade. So what we're talking about is an actual device or an instrument that will be used for this etching, for this marking. You see what I'm saying? For this imprinting. All right. You go into the root word for that. The root word is grapho. All right. Grapho. You have charagma, you have karax, and the root word of that is grapho. And that's where you go into the graving or to write. Okay. To inscribe, to write down. Okay. With reference to the form of letters, to delineate or to form letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material. You see what I'm saying? So what is going to be within this etching of this particular mark is going to be a writing or records. You see what I'm saying? So what are they trying to put inside of your skin? You see what I'm saying? Let's let me show you something real quick. Bear with me. All right. So this is going into what? It's going into an actual device. See what I'm saying? So yeah, he's correct. All right, he's correct that there is indeed a system in place, right? As a matter of fact, let's go back. Let's go back because I gotta let him finish up. Like I said, you may have to listen to the rest of this. So let's just listen to it. All right. Get the full understanding here.
I wanted to know, Lord, what is the mark of the beast? Now you'd be surprised to find out that I finally got the understanding, but the mark of the beast is not a tattoo or a marking, or it's not a chip. Now, I personally believe that at some point a chip will be involved, but the chip is not the mark of the beast.
All right, so notice it's the same talking point that Bishop Nathaniel comes out with. You see what I'm saying? So he leaves wiggle room, right? He says, "Oh, they may throw a microchip in there somewhere, but it's not the mark of the beast." So this is coming from the same talking point of IUIC. This is where he's learning it from. All right. This is where he's learning it from, because he heard somewhere about a microchip. He heard about that. That's why he mentioned it. You see what I'm saying? So this frame of thinking is coming from IUIC.
Jesus said in the Bible, the mark of the beast is the number of man, which is 666. 666. What does that even mean?
All right, so first of all, in order to understand the mark of the beast, you have to understand the image of the beast. In order to understand the image of the beast, you have to understand what the beast is. You see what I'm saying? The beast is going into Rome, the remnant of Rome. Okay? This place, America, all right, operates in the same mannerisms and the same functions as ancient Rome. All right, the pagan Roman Empire. You see what I'm saying? And the pagan Roman Empire, all right, was toppled. You see what I'm saying? And that was that deadly wound. When you go up, further up in Revelation 13, all right, Revelation 13 and verse 12, it says, "And he exerciseth, all right, he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." You see what I'm saying? This is the revival of Rome. This is that fourth beast revived again. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the beast. What is the image of the beast? The image of the beast goes into what makes it function. It goes into its financial institutions, religious institutions, military institutions, all these things. That is the backbone of its empire. Okay, that's the image. You see what I'm saying? That is the image. It's more than just this image of Caesar Borgia. You see what I'm saying? Who they call JC, or Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that. It's the system as a whole. That is the image. You see what I'm saying? A new system is being formulated, man. Okay? A new system.
When God made the earth, listen, I'm going to try to explain this. He made man on the sixth day. That's the number of man, 6. A carbon atom, which atoms is what matter is made out of, what all things are made out of. They're made out of atoms. A carbon atom has 6 neutrons and 6 protons. 6, 6. The mark of the beast is when you live in the flesh, when you think in the flesh, when you act in the flesh, when you behave in the flesh. That's why in the Bible he says it will be a mark on the forehead and a mark on the wrist. It's symbolic for the forehead is your mind.
Jake is all over the place, man. This is why this is why, you know, if you're not focused on the simplicity of Yahushai, you know what I'm saying, you're just gonna bug the fuck out, man. Like this guy is going all over the place with neutrons and carbon, and you know, this is why you have to listen to the prophets, man. This guy's too deep. He is too deep and not one deep, man. You know what I'm saying?
You think in the flesh. The wrist, your hand, your actions, what you do. That's what the mark of the beast is. That's why billions of people already have the mark of the beast.
No. Because if you have the mark of the beast, then that means that you can't repent from this. This is what people are misunderstanding when it comes to this prophecy. You cannot repent from this. If you receive this mark, there is no going back. You see what I'm saying? This is why you see jokers like ISUPK talking about what is he? They said King Solomon had the mark. You know what I'm saying? How does that happen when the beast wasn't even in play at that time? You see what I'm saying? None of the beasts were in play at that time at the time of Solomon. You see, but this is what happens when you start going all over the place, man.
The beast system is already here. It always has been here. The matrix that you live in is the beast system.
In a sense, he's correct. In a sense, he's correct. You know what I'm saying? This matrix is the system. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the image of the beast, it consists of all the things that makes this empire function. All right.
But working from 9 to 5, being a slave to the system, running the rat race, is the beast system. It's already here.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna just stop it with that. So the image of the beast. All right. The image of the beast deals with the system. Okay. And that's what I'll give Jake his credit on. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him that. He's correct that there is indeed a system that's in place. All right. That this prophecy will hinge upon. However, he's incorrect in basing it upon the current system that we're in right now. That's where he's missing the point. You see what I'm saying? And that's not the case, because what's being formulated right in front of our eyes is a new system. Okay, one that is digital, one that is heavily surveilled, one that will be impossible to escape from. You see what I'm saying? All right. When these devices, when these radio frequency identification devices go inside the flesh, all right, there will be an actual controlling of the mind. You see what I'm saying? You know, there will be one within your hand or within your forehead. Okay, we're seeing these things already taking place, man. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk. What was it? We reported on this earlier this year. Yeah, like right at the start of the year, Elon Musk was talking about we're gonna ramp up production of brain chips. You see what I'm saying? Look around you, man. All these concentration camps are being created around the country. You see what I'm saying? Incinerators inside. Why? Because what's going to happen when you refuse to take this karagma, to take this mark? What's going to happen when you refuse it? Right? All right, this is let me get Revelation chapter 19 and verse 20. It says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast into a lake of fire burning with brimstone." You see what I'm saying? When you take this thing, there's no going back from that. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High Power Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and received and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. All right. So what is this talking about, man? What's this guy talking about? You see what I'm saying? Because he says billions of people already have it. Well then, who's being beheaded for not receiving it? You see what I'm saying? Somebody's got to be beheaded, but that's not happening yet because it's not here yet. You see what I'm saying? So this new system that's coming into play, all right, is going to be a digital one, okay? And in order to participate in this new system, all right, everyone around the world is going to need this subdermal device that will go under your skin. Okay? This is what all the elites are talking about. This is what they're talking about in Davos, Switzerland. This is what they're talking about in WHO. This is what they're talking about in the Trump administration. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're talking about, man. And this is known as the RFID chip. So pretty much all means of commerce, okay, all means of commerce and purchase and purchasing, purchasing power, excuse me, purchasing power, all right, it will all be subject to the use of this device, man. Okay? You'll be forced to have this implanted into either your forehead or in your hand. And if you don't get this device, you won't be able to buy food, you won't be able to buy water, you won't be able to buy a home or health care. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, all right, the root word for Karax is grapho. So on this particular device, on this mark is going to be engravement, and it's going to be recorded or recordings. It's going to be data. All right, things that are processed through this mark. You see what I'm saying? And one of the things that will be processed through this mark will be your health. It will be your health records. It will be your financial records. It will be all types of things, all right, that will identify you. This is what Klaus Schwab been talking about. He says, the fourth industrial complex, it doesn't necessarily change what we do. It changes us. That's my Klaus Schwab type of impersonation. But yeah, this is the hour of temptation that the scriptures are talking about, man. What did Yahweh Shai say? Okay? And the world is going to have to face this very soon. All right, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see what I'm saying? The whole world is going to be going through this troubling time. You see what I'm saying? This new world, Salakia, this new world of theirs is going to be the result of the destruction of the old one. You see what I'm saying? And the conditions for this are already underway. You see what I'm saying? All of this is dealing with the economy, with the closing of the Strait of Hormuz. All right, the catalyst for global economic disaster is all but certain at this point. You see, the longer this drags on, the more the people are going to suffer. Gas prices are already shooting up. You see what I'm saying? Food prices are going to increase. Soon you won't be able to go to work. Soon you won't be able to get a job. Soon you won't be able to go and buy groceries and do all these. It's only a matter of time before the chaos. You see what I'm saying? When the world is brought to its knees due to this disaster and civil wars are taking place, this subdermal device will be mandated. Okay? And it's going to be given to the people as the ultimate solution. This is the mark of the beast, man. You see what I'm saying? So let me show you again. Let's go back. All right. Again, this is the device. This is the mark. All right. This is that charagma. You look at this syringe. This is the Karax. Okay. That's going to cause this etching in the skin. This is the device that's going to be administering this device. All right. And in this device is going to be everything recordable. You see what I'm saying? Everything is going to be on this device. All right. And this is how this device is going to work. Okay. These devices are encased in a shell slightly larger than a grain of rice. The device is inserted underneath the person's skin, often in their hand, and the other one will be inside the mind, inside the brain. All right, inside your forehead. Again, this is what Elon Musk is working on. This is known as the Neuralink. Okay, and he's not just the only company. There's other companies that's doing this. Number 3, the device will allow the person to pay for items, access their building, and their computers. You see what I'm saying? And this is why they want to usher everybody into these smart cities. You see what I'm saying? Everything that will be digital. Okay? Everything that will be based on digital payments, digital transactions. You see what I'm saying? It will be tracked. It will be traced. All right. And this is this is all going to hinge upon the economic disaster that's coming. All right. So let me end this off by showing you a video. Okay. Real quick.
It starts with this, the mark of the slaves. Okay. It was the first reserve currency ever known to man. Talar coin from the Roman empires. Spanish silver dollar from the Spanish monarchy.
Right.
It's a bridge. There's still a few things missing, but for the most part, the most important, U.S. dollar and Federal Reserve. Credit card. Contactless, which is very interesting because this piece was made in 2014. It existed, the technology, but we didn't use it to pay as we use it now. And then a bit of a future that it's either chipped or barcode.
Mm-hmm.
But then he ends with the mark of the slaves again. Because one of the things that he puts here on the shredded is that experts say that in less than 10 years, we're phasing out of paper currency. We're not having any paper anymore. Everything's going to be digital on the banks. And we're going to end up being slaves of some entity or some government or something.
Yeah.
All right. So he brought you throughout all these different these different payment systems and payment methods that we've gone through. All right. And it ends off with this image at the end. It says the near future, biochip body as communication conduit. Your body will be the conduit. It will be in either your head or in your hand. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be in either your head or in your hand. And this is going right back to the mark of the slave. You see what I'm saying? And notice what's right in the middle of this symbol. It's a palisade or a stake. You see what I'm saying? A device that will be used to puncture the skin. You see what I'm saying? Finis, meaning finish. That is the end goal. You see what I'm saying? So no, it's not the flesh. The mark of the beast is not the flesh. The mark of the beast is not sin. The mark of the of the beast is an actual subdermal device that will go underneath the skin. And without it, you will not be able to participate in the image of the beast, so to speak. All right, in this system. So I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't let that video go without having addressed it. But this has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.